welcome to episode 662 of Prog Review. It's an exciting one today. We're talking about Gryphon, Raindances, the Transatlantic recordings, 1973 to 1975, and this is on the Esoteric label. It's a compilation. It's good because it brings together their first 4 albums, the ones that they did for the Transatlantic. That's why it's called. So you got Gryphon from 73, Midnight Mushrooms from 74, Red Queen to Gryphon 3 to 74 again, and Raindance from 75. All on a delicious 2 CD package. Yeah, so he says, there you go, see? Look, it's almost like an unboxing. So, yeah, so I think I got it for a tenner. That's not bad, is it? 4 albums for a tenner. Much better than collecting out rotten vinyl, which gets dusty and crackly and horrible. So yeah, Gryphon, they're a funny old lot. People always say to me, "Oh, you got to do Red Queen to Gryphon 3. Oh, it's a classic. Oh," they go on a lot. They do go on. Not so much now. Only because the channel's dying and everything, so they leave me alone, so that's good. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I suppose we better start with the first one, Gryphon, the self-titled debut from 1973, originally released June 73. So you're getting four album reviews for the price of one. Bargain. Yeah, you can see their obsession with crumb horns. Oh yeah. It should have been called Never Mind the Crumb Horns. That's what it should have been called. I'll let you look that one up. This is a band that is obsessed with medieval music. It is a veritable feast of hey nonny nonnies and bladders on a stick. And I'm like, oh god. And a lot of it is like traditional arrangements reinvented by the band, and I think only like a handful of actual songs written by the band. The rest are like anonymous, like traditional and anonymous tunes that they redo. And it's great if you love to pull on your coloured tights and your codpiece, but you might if you follow these things, and many of you probably don't, that kind of music leaves me a little cold. I just go, oh god. No, don't get me wrong. I think medieval music has its place, mainly in the court of like Henry VIII and like medieval times. That's its place. Not on a record from 1973. You just think, well, why are we doing this? And it's not progressive. It's not progressive at all. It's not even folk rock. It's historic rock. Yeah, it's that. It's historic folk, because it is far too traditional. It's far too oldie worldy. So yeah, it left me absolutely cold, and it's like, and I've listened to this a few times, right? I know people say, I've got to say this, got to make this disclaimer, because there will be some morons in the comments going, you didn't listen to it enough, you got to listen to it at least 25 times, because they're stupid and they're lacking, basic fucking common sense. Excuse me, YouTube algorithm. I'll have to quack that one out. Quack. So yeah, I just wanted it to end. Then move on to the next album, second album, which was released in April 1974. It's Midnight Mushrooms. The title was actually taken from a quote from Shakespeare. Yeah, because there's the actual main piece, Midnight Mushrooms, because it's got to explain. On the A side, it's an 18-minute 58 epic, and it is they did some music to, I think it's to do with The Tempest. Shakespeare. Tempest, one of my favourite plays. I saw it with Max von Sydow. It was Prospero back in the day. Yeah. Very good. Ming the Merciless, or that guy from the Game of Thrones, or The Force Awakens. He's everywhere these days. He's everywhere. So I'm getting off the point. So Midnight Mushrooms is this 18-minute epic. And do you know what? I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought there was some very good moments in it. Again, because it's written by Richard Harvey, one of the main players. You still got your crumb horns, but this time the sound is augmented by harmoniums and pipe organs and harpsichords and whatnot, and of course bass crumb horn as well, and recorders and whatnot, and 12 strings as But I did enjoy it. I thought it was very very interesting, evocative piece, and I thought it was well worth investigation. Is it prog? I don't know, but I enjoyed it. That's the most important thing. Then we flip it over, but you don't want this because it's a CD, isn't it? We're going to the Ploughboy's Dream, which is a traditional track. Last Flash of Gabardine. Again, I think I enjoyed. I actually enjoyed the B-side too, because these are, I think, mainly instrumentals, and it satisfied me as a record. They would try and they're still using their oldie worldy instruments, but it had a they were trying to do new things. So I guess it is a bit more prog than the debut, which I thought was a bit more traditional, and it left me a little bit wanting. But no, I liked this one. I thought it was good. It was good. Red Queen to Gryphon 3. Now this one is the one that everyone rants and raves about because it consists of 4 tracks, 38 minutes, 32 long in total. Instrumental album. It's a concept album. Not really. It's a concept only in that they use titles like Opening Move and Checkmate, and that's it really. I didn't really get the concept, as it were. However, I thought it was utterly forgettable and dull and nowhere near as interesting and as textured as Midnight Mushrooms. Yeah, it's got synthesizers or keyboards on it this time. They do try and augment the arrangements, but it just passed over me. I didn't really think much of it, and yeah, and that's not me being contrary. Again, I listened to something. Am I being deliberately contrarian on this? But no, it's how I feel, and like I said, I really enjoyed the previous record, so I didn't really get all the furore about this one. It's just because it's 4 tracks, isn't it? Ooh, it's 4 tracks. Ooh. Yeah. And then finally, Raindance, which was released in 1979. We don't know exactly the year, the month of the year. And this one, I was reading. There's a nice booklet which has all the details, all the deets. And when they were making this, they basically told that their contract was over, so they had to kind of finish up really quickly. And I don't think it hurts the album. It's it's again, I found it quite the Down the Dog and Raindance instrumentals I thought were really good fun. It has a cover of the Beatles, Mother Nature's Son, which is really quite sweet and done in their style, done in not a medieval style, but done in a very acoustic, folky style. And I thought it was, like I said, very, very sweet and very heartfelt. And I thought I enjoyed it better than the original because I don't really. It's not one of my favourite Beatles ones, so I just. Yeah, and it carries on very much like that. And there's a massive instrumental that rounds off the B-side, 16 minutes long. And I thought it wasn't a bad record. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than the previous one. I think, you can tell it's rushed. Probably needed a little bit more tightening up. The sleeve is appalling. If you actually look at the sleeve, it's probably one of the worst sleeves in history. And the band had nothing to do with it. Again, reading the notes, it was like, here's the album, and they saw the artwork, and it's like, what the is this? So yeah, the sleeve is absolutely appalling. But I thought it was very interesting. It's a shame that they got their contract pulled. But I think the one issue is, again, I think they needed maybe a producer. I mean, there was all these. I think all these records are self-produced. Yeah. they're all self-produced, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why there is a lack of clarity, focus, especially on that Red Queen to Gryphon 3. I just didn't think it was focused at all, and I think they dolloped the concept album on it, you know, label on it, just to tie things together, and you know. But I think with a good 1970s producer, you know, an Eddie Offord or someone like that, or Chris Thomas, someone, they might have, you know, pulled out a much better record. But yeah, I mean, so I enjoyed Raindances. I thought it was interesting for an album that was, you know, pulled together under duress. I thought it was, you know, yeah, a good record. So yeah, but this, and like I said, for a tenner, and if you don't own any Gryphon and you want to know the history of the band, you know, it's well worth exploring and picking up. So this gets five. God blimey, so many titles. Which will I lose? 5 down the dogs out of 5. 5 down the dogs out of 5 for just being utterly good value. I'm not going to rate each album. Okay, I will. We'll go through each album, and then you can have your ratings, and everyone will be happy, and it'll be like a list. Gryphon gets 1 Juniper Sweet out of 5. Midnight Mushrumps gets. I'm going to be generous because I really did enjoy it. It gets 4 Midnight Mushrumps out of 5. Red Queen to Gryphon 3, 2 Laments out of 5. I just. And Raindance, again, I think I'm going to give it 3 wall bangers out of 5. Again, with a good producer, could have been a fun album. You know, it is a fun album, but you can see why. I think you could see why the record label pulled the thing. But this is well worth checking out. There'll be a link in the description if you want to go and get it off of Amazon. And thank you for watching. My name is Darren Lock. I've been talking about Gryphon's Raindances, the Transatlantic recordings 1973 to 75. And it's a great 2 CD compilation. And I really like what Esoteric are doing at the moment, apart from that Van de Graaff Generator one, which was at least £20 too much. Thank you for watching. There's only one more thing left to say, apart from, I've got to do the thing because the channel's dying. Please subscribe. Please share the videos. Please engage, whether you like it or dislike it. Please leave a comment. Please tell your friends. I don't know what I can do to save the situation, because YouTube, I think, are against us. They're against the smaller contributor, and because they say, oh, you don't have to produce content all the time. You can have a break. I've been busy doing like other things, like my music and stuff, and pulling that together. So I'm not really, and I've just seen things just go, and I can't keep doing this all the time. I need to do other things. You know, there are other things that I enjoy more. But I'll torment you with my music. Another video. It's a good one. Anyway, thank you for watching. And don't forget, I've got to remember the order of this. We'll do Patreon first. Patreon.com/lock, please. If you want to throw in some money, it would really help, because the YouTube money is literally going down the drain. And that would really help me. It would really help me and encourage me to make more videos. If you don't want to do that, there's social media. I don't really do much of that these days. Might post the odd dick pic on Twitter, and that's about it, really. That's just a selfie of me. I'm the Howard Stern of Prog. And then there's music.darrenlock.com. I nearly forgot my own web address, where you can check out all the terrible music I've been making over the last 30 odd years. I've never learnt my lesson. That's because no one's found me yet and broken my hands. I'm never stopping. You can't stop me. And that's it. Sorry for burbling on. I thought, you know, if you're going to have one, have a big one. Same with all innuendos. If you're going to have a big innuendo, have a big innuendo. This is terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. It's gone right down the fucking toilet, isn't it? And with that, there's only one more thing left to say. That is, prog on!